This is a really nice gasoline electric vehicle. It's tons of fun to drive, and it's crazy luxurious. You're really gonna like this video. You look really good today, by the way. Have you lost weight? I think you have. Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. In this video, we're gonna take an in-depth look at a 2017 Lexus RX450h. This is the most expensive RX that I've ever seen. It's over $63,000. We're gonna take a look at the inside, at the outside, the technical specs. We'll end up in the driver's seat, where I'll show you how the interior features work. The fuel economy of the RX450h is a combined of 30 miles per gallon. City is going to be 31 miles per gallon, and your highway is going to be 28 miles per gallon. It's got a fuel tank capacity of 17.2 gallons, and it is recommended that you use premium fuel. Your range in the city is going to be 533 miles on a tank, and on the highway, you should get 481 miles on one tank of gas. That's not too shabby for an SUV that's got over 300 horsepower. One of the most common questions I get when it comes to hybrids is, do I have to plug it up? No, you do not. You never have to plug it up. It uses a process called regenerative braking in order to charge its own battery. So when you take your foot off the gas and you're coasting, it charges itself. Also, when you apply your foot to the brake, it charges itself then as well. You see a camera that's right there under the emblem. Cameras on the underside of the rear view mirrors. Of course, your camera in the back. And that is a panoramic view surround camera system thing. There's a button here that says view. When I press that, I see that. So I just told the car to do a perimeter scan and to look around and to see if anything was around me that I need to be aware of. I can take the controller, go over here, and now that is a look from looking out of the windows and looking down at the ground from inside the car to make sure that there's nothing around me. How ridiculously cool is that? I just put it in gear, and the view on the left is from the front camera looking out, a really strong bird's eye view. And then on the right side or in the middle, that's an overhead view of a composite of all four cameras stitched together to show me an overhead view of the vehicle. And so if I start to move, it shows in real time what's going on. The tires on this one are 235/55 R20, and that is going to be a 20-inch wheel upgrade. Michelin Premier LTX M and S, that is mud and snow or all season. The front suspension is independent McPherson struts with coil springs, gas pressurized shock absorbers, and a stabilizer bar. The rear suspension is independent double wishbone with coil springs and gas pressurized shock absorbers and a stabilizer bar in the back. The brakes up front are 12.9-inch ventilated disc and 13.3-inch solid rear disc. The brake system is four-wheel power assisted disc with electronic controlled braking, 4-sensor, 4-channel anti-lock brake system with electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, and a regenerative function. That would be for the hybrid battery charging. The transmission is an electronically controlled continuous variable transmission, or ECVT, that is continuously variable, so it doesn't actually change gears. If you're not familiar with how the Lexus hybrid system works and have never driven it, it's going to be a pretty unique experience when you first drive it because it doesn't change gears. It's continual power. I really like that sensation. It's so cool. And now let's take a look at the heart of the beast. The engine is a 3.5 liter V6, and that is mated to a hybrid synergy drive system. And for the gasoline engine portion, it is a double overhead cam V6. The combined horsepower, 308 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, and it produces 247 foot-pound of torque at 4,600 RPM. Now what you see under here is going to be a whole lot different than what you're used to seeing in under a normal hood, and these are going to be many of the components that have to do with the hybrid system. Normally your brake fluid is going to be on the right side, somewhere in that area, and it's over here on the hybrid. Since you have the regenerative braking capability in order for the batteries to recharge themselves, you obviously have to have more physical components there that make up your brake system. Windshield washer fluid is going to be over there on the far left, and also your little yellow-headed fella right there is your engine oil dipstick. And if you've seen my videos before, then you know that you should never open that when the engine is hot. Not at all. Not ever. The engine oil is zero weight. It's 0 W20. You're going to change that oil every 10,000 miles. And please remember, rotate your tires every 5,000 miles. You've got pink fluid right there. That's going to be coolant. And then you've got relays and fuses and engine air filter all there on the right side. Here's a cool tidbit about the hybrids. Anytime you see a Lexus hybrid, you will see it. The emblem is traced there in blue. I once heard that blue represents power in Japanese culture. I don't know that to be a fact, but I heard it one time. The curb weight is 4,740 pounds. The gross vehicle weight is 5,997 pounds. It has a ground clearance of 8.2 inches, a height of 67.7 inches, and an overall length of 192.5 inches. The wheelbase is 109.8 inches, and the width is 74.6 inches. It has a turning circle of 38.8 feet. The maximum cargo capacity with all the seats in place is 18 feet. The maximum interior volume is 139.7 cubic feet. The maximum cargo capacity is 55.9 cubic feet. It has a maximum payload of 1,257 pounds, a maximum tow capacity of 3,500 pounds. The arrangement of the rear cargo area is really, really nice. You can see you've got that cargo net there that holds in place via the little hooks on the sides. On this one in particular, because it's the luxury package, you have power switches for your rear seats. So you can actually lay down the rear seats. You can also pull them back up via that panel right there on the side. You also have the ability to fold them via this power button right there as well. It's not manual, it's electric. Boogie, 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 boogie. And so if I did want to fold the seat, you can see that one's for the left and that one's for the right. So I'll just push that in and let it go, and it does its thing. Really nice. That is a 40-20-40 split seat configuration. So you can see how the middle is. You can fold the middle independently of the two sides in the event that you have long items and still have two rear passengers. And then there are lights. One light there, a light there, and a third light there in the tailgate. I recommend leaving those on all the time because when the door closes, those lights go out anyways. There are 4 dots there on the bumper, and that's going to be park assist. So there's 4 sensors in the back. It also has rear cross traffic alert and intelligent clearance sonar. And rear cross traffic alert alerts you in the event that someone is going behind you from the left or the right that you can't see. It'll beep. It'll also light up the blind spot monitor system in the mirrors. And intelligent clearance sonar can detect any obstacles that are behind you, and in the event you're not paying attention, it will apply the brakes. See your owner's manual for complete instructions and operating limitations to the intelligent clearance sonar feature. Also notice on this one you have a different wheel. That's a wheel upgrade there. You usually see those on the hybrid vehicles, but occasionally you'll also see them on the luxury package vehicles as well. You can see that there is actually a metal that is inlaid into the wood. And it's a gray, and I think it's called a sapele or sapel wood trim. That's definitely on the luxury package. The Mark Levinson audio. Beautiful hand stitching there on the dash. Sunshades in the back glass. I want to show you how putting the seats up works. So you just take that and push it in, and when it does the double beep, it lets you know it's taken over, and it will put the seat right in place. Heated rear seats, and you can see it's a 3-level heated rear seat for the outer portions. The front seats are 8-way power driver and passenger seat. You can see the lovely seat cushion extender. All you do is just push that out and it extends the seat cushion. The front headroom is going to be 39.4 inches. Front hip room is 56.6 inches. Leg room 44 inches. And shoulder room 57.8 inches. For the rear headroom is 38.2 inches. Hip room 56 inches. Leg room 38 inches. And rear shoulder room 57.6 inches. And you can actually get 3 adults back there comfortably. I'm going to push it all the way back, open up, and reveal that big glass roof. And that makes it feel nice and open, especially in the back seat. And you may not have noticed, but the engine just cut off. But the vehicle is on, it's running. If you wanted to go, you could go right now. It just happens to be running on electricity. You can hear a fan going right there. And so right now it's just operating on electricity. This thing's been running for about 10 minutes and the air is blowing nice and cold, but the engine is not on. Love it, it's on electricity. I'm gonna press menu right here, info, and then I'm gonna go to fuel consumption. Right there in the front, you can see the engine, then electric motor, another electric motor, and then battery. And while you're driving, there's going to be lines that move from the engine to the electric motor, to the battery, and back. And so the energy monitor tells you what's going on in real time, whether it is power output from the engine, power output from the electric motor, or power input to charge the battery. You can then press trip information, and this gives you real-time information on each trip specifically. Another neat fact about the hybrid is that over on the left, when you're in normal and eco mode, you have a kilowatt meter. That is not a tachometer. It's a kilowatt meter, which is basically the electric version of a tachometer. And remember, I said as long as you're in eco or normal mode. So right now we're in eco mode. You can push that and that put us in normal mode, but I can turn it to the right and look what happens. It turns into a real tachometer in sport mode. So that gives it more of a little sporty feel. But when I roll it back to eco, kilowatt meter again. Isn't that cool? Happens in real time. Also, you can do that, make changes to eco, normal, and sport all while you're driving at any speed. You do not have to slow down or anything like that. You can do it while you're driving. Okay, everybody, that's going to wrap up our look at the 2017 Lexus RX 450h. I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, if you would, give it a big fat thumbs up. If you like this video and you would like more content just like this delivered to you hot off the press as soon as I make it, hit that subscribe button. And the most important thing of all, please remember, have a great day, everybody. I am in loving with those triple beam LED headlights. Those things are so good. Oh, look at that. Yes, starburst. Looks like a commercial. We're gonna, oh, we even picked up the fog light there. Oh, that's so pretty. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't practice that. But isn't that good looking? Those lights are just awesome. Now let's see if we can reverse that. Watch this big sweeping grand view. Yes.